I can say it's now clearer than ever that these games will be safe for everyone participating and, importantly, safe for the people of Japan.
You see, it's the greed of the IOC that is pushing this through. With the games proceeding, Japan's Dr. Anthony Fauci, Shigeru Omi, expressed great concern to the country's leaders, saying it's not normal to stage something like the Olympics in the midst of a pandemic.
As it struggles through a fourth wave, in the hardest hit city of Osaka, COVID hospital beds are nearly at capacity.
Perhaps no greater example than this.
The athlete who tested positive on arrival appears to have been turned back, but teammates who could be considered close contacts were apparently allowed to carry on.
And even this.
My biggest concern is we have not yet suppressed or even eliminated COVID transmission locally.
Venues will be limited to just 50% capacity with a maximum of 10,000 domestic spectators. No foreigners allowed to fly in.
So look, they will put in these measures to pretend they care, but as Dr. Omi put it, why on earth are we doing this in the current circumstances? The purpose hasn't quite been made clear. The Business Standard reported this line of questioning is highly unusual.
If the state of emergency is redeclared during the games, they would then reconsider to have no spectators. But again, it looks as though the games will go ahead.
Those in the stands will have to wear masks and they won't be allowed to shout their support. Athletes too will be banned from high-fiving or hugging one another.
People are asked to make sacrifices and put up with the restrictions. But the government wants to hold the games with spectators. I don't understand them.
Per the Associated Press, only about 7% of the Japanese are fully vaccinated. And even though the government is now supercharging its vaccine drive after a slow start, the vast majority of the population still won't be immunized when the games start. The country's low vaccination rate, especially compared with other rich countries and variants on the rise, there have prompted some public health experts in recent weeks to express concerns about the games or call for them to be canceled.
If we send a inconsistent signal that we should celebrate Olympic, then people will be confused and we see larger risk of local transmission.
The BBC reported current polls in the host country show nearly 70% of the Japanese population do not want the Olympics to go ahead. It appears the majority opinion rings true with Japanese Emperor Naruhito via Yasuhiko Nishimura, the Grand Steward of the agency. I suppose that he is concerned that while there are voices of anxiety among the public, the event may lead to the expansion of infections, Nishimura said. This point is given credence via a group of U.S. public health experts in the New England Journal of Medicine. They recommend the World Health Organization immediately convened an emergency committee to advise on a risk management approach for the Tokyo Olympics. In the absence of regular testing, participants may become infected during the Olympics and pose a risk when they return home to more than 200 countries, they wrote. We believe the IOC's determination to proceed with the Olympic Games is not informed by the best scientific evidence, the researchers wrote. The playbooks maintain that athletes participate at their own risk, while failing both to distinguish the various levels of risk faced by athletes and to recognize the limitations of measures such as temperature screenings and face coverings. Per Business Insider, the cost to put on the games is more than $26 billion, coupled with spending nearly $3 billion to postpone from last year. Organizers are keen on the games taking place. As the AP wrote, the Tokyo Games are caught between concerns about the coronavirus at a time when few are vaccinated on one side and politicians who hope to save face by holding the games, and the IOC with billions of dollars on the line on the other. Incredibly, even if the host country wanted to cancel the games, they don't have a choice.
I asked them to respect this political neutrality of the Olympic Games, and by not using them there as a stage for their political purposes.
This man, IOC President Thomas Bach, who thinks athletes should shut up and dribble, has final say. The contract between the IOC and host city Tokyo is straightforward. There's one article regarding cancellation, and it only gives the option for the IOC to cancel, not for the host city. That's because the Olympic Games are the exclusive property of the IOC. International sports lawyer Alexandre Miguel Mestre told the BBC, and as the owner of the Games, it is the IOC that can terminate said contract.